What's up everybody? Michael here from stevesdigicams.com, coming to you today with a very exciting product announcement out of Photo Plus in New York City. Olympus is adding two new Pro Series prime lenses to their M.Zuiko lens availabilities, and I am super stoked about this because last year when I was in Iceland testing out the EM1 Mark II, they had a few M.Zuiko Digital ED 25mm F1.2 Pro lenses on hand for testing, so I didn't get to shoot with it very long. I should have shot with it a lot longer because even in an hour or two, it became one of my favorite pieces of Olympus glass ever, which is actually saying a lot because all of the Pro Series lenses are fantastic. First, they're basically weatherproof. They're dustproof, splashproof, and freeze-proof down to -14 degrees Fahrenheit, 10 degrees Celsius. They've got fantastic ergonomics built into them. They've got function buttons built into the barrel, and they've got this really unique manual clutch system where you slide the focus ring towards the body of the camera and it disengages autofocus completely so you can dial in your manual focus altogether. So a year ago we were testing this 25mm F1.2, which if you take into consider your micro four thirds crop factor, is more like a 50mm f2.4, so it's a fantastic portrait lens. And so what Olympus has announced today is that they're adding a 17mm f1.2, so a 34mm equivalent lens, and they're also adding a 45mm f1.2, so a 90mm telephoto setup. So I'm super excited about these. Let's go ahead and talk about the specs of each lens, and I'll tell you when they're going to be available as well. But just before I do that, super excited, Steve's Digicams is going to be joining Olympus and a few other photojournalists and bloggers and to review these lenses in the next month or so. And so we will have sample images and full hands-on experiences here on YouTube and over at the stevesdigicams.com as soon as we possibly can. But let's talk about what's in each lens. So the M.Zuiko Digital ED 17mm F1.2 Pro is obviously a 34mm equivalent lens. It is a 15-element, 11-group lens with one ED DSA lens, which is some interesting technologies that they use to reduce chromatic aberration, distortion, color bleeding. There's Z-coating nanotechnology, which is going to help reduce ghosting and flaring when you're shooting in backlit conditions. Again, they're weatherproof, dustproof, splashproof, freeze-proof. They've got a fantastic, what Olympus calls the MSC autofocus system, so the movie and still compatible autofocus system. That means that these primes are going to be silent when you're shooting video, which is very important. Some lenses by some camera manufacturers still, you can hear the servos and the gears inside moving around as they're hunting for focus. This should be great for shooting video and for stills if you're shooting with one of their cameras that has a silent shooting mode like the EM1 Mark II. The minimum focus distance on the 17mm is 20 centimeters. And that lens is going to be $1,199, so $1,200, and it's coming out in November next month. 45mm, that's going to have a 90mm focus equivalent. Also F1.2, so f2.4 if you're thinking in equivalents. It's got a 50 centimeter minimum focus distance. It's got the same manual clutch, same weatherproofing as the 17 and the 25 options. Now, it doesn't have the full ED/DSA lens element, but it does have the extra low dispersion element to prevent color bleeding, and then it also has the Z coating to help reduce ghosting and flaring in those backlit situations. It's got the same MSC movie and still compatible autofocus mechanism, same weather sealing, same Z coating, and the 45mm F1.2 Pro is going to be available in January 2018, but again, we should be testing that out in the next month or two. And that's going to be available for the same price of about, $1,199.99, $1,200, whatever you want to call it. And again, I love Olympus Pro Series glass as a whole. There's so many fantastic lenses. They're all really great, but these primes are just extraordinary. Olympus is really doing a great job with these, or at least they did a great job with the first F1.2, assuming these ones live up to the color quality, the sharpness, the bokeh characteristics of that first lens. These are going to be amazing and a great part of anyone's kit. So effectively you'll have a 34 equivalent, a 50 equivalent, and a 90 equivalent. So very exciting for Olympus shooters, and we hope to get more time with that 25mm as well as the brand new ones in the coming months. Thank you so much for watching. Have a fantastic day, and please like and subscribe. Cheers, bye.